There we go. And I love the repping. Of course, we got the Iowa hoodie. You know, really gotta show your own scene shown out. But yeah, this is one of those, right? The Juri versus Guile, where like you said, different flavor of Guile. We're gonna see more of that wall, more of that boom, forcing these really uncomfortable risks out of NGamer with a jump here. But of course, Juri, another one of those characters with a decent couple options to alter their means of getting in the air. We got the dive kick, we got the stomp. But we see both players really just starting things slow. NGamer putting a lot of respect on Fine's name here.
And honestly, I think this is what you have to really pay attention going into the a later meta of Street Fighter 6 is the beginning portions, right? How do you force drive gauge out of your opponent, like, unconsciously, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you have to make them fear to start, like, EX flash kicking or spin drive gauge to make sure they're taking their turn back. But sometimes you want that, right? Like, you're kind of like, you're playing your cards to steal theirs.
And we see why, right? Showing how it's like really difficult. It's taken so much health for NGamer to get in, but all that patience may be paying off as they get this really, really nice corner position and get to begin this strike throw mix-up, calling out the backdash, but not quite having the confirm in the pocket, and FineLikeWine able to bust out, but pretty hairy at the end there, honestly.
I think NGamer3 was having the right idea, starting to prod for that EX flash kick too, because FineLikeWine does tend to lean out a little bit more than other Guiles here. So we'll see if that kind of develops over the span of the whole entire set here. Okay,
nice little check with that light kick, right? Right at that range where it's really uncomfortable to throw a boom. She can just stick out that little toe, that medium kick, right? Oh, but FineLikeWine, the crouch heavy punch. This is not Street Fighter 5. That is a pretty nice normal to anti-air with.
Yeah, it might be a little bit dubious, I feel, against how good Juri's jump-in buttons are because of the hurt box trade on the anti-air. But speaking of conversions here, NGamer3k jumping in on the boom, making these great call-outs, and that's what you have to do. You either have to make these great call-outs because it's so hard to react to a lot of things that Guile is doing here. But once you get the handle of it, you know, you're sitting pretty.
Yeah. And FineLikeWine rotating some options defensively in the corner, but we haven't really seen a jump out yet. I wonder if that'll be coming soon now that he's been punished for those booms.
Okay.
But no back yet, and nice flash kick. The coverage is so clean. But Gamer is not deterred. And this fighting back that just barely outside of the normals range can't get, there it is, the heavy kick to get themselves in. Kind of Juri's own Sobat, if you will.
And this is kind of that situation because we've taken advantage of, you know, using drive gauge pretty early on. We now have put FineLikeWine in a situation where he had to spend, put himself in burnout, and now NGamer3k is able to get a clean conversion into his level 3.
And look how much drive he gets back, where FineLikeWine just taking the hit, possibly. Was that a counter hit?
Yeah, I feel like he kind of face tanked that at the very end. Maybe he was trying to buffer an option to maybe convert into a level 3 there at the end, trying to get a reversal statement, but we're already off to the next game here. Nope, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Now, I did, ooh, nice deep DI. I did recommend or recognize the crouch fierce before, but I will note that it does trade a lot. So we're seeing a lot of that Juri, the Juri heavy kick, right? Just trading already. FineLikeWine sitting on this massive life deficit and not quite plus enough off the cancel to be able to get his own DI back. He's burning himself out for that ultimately. And real quick one right there. No level 1, kind of not really worth it. Kind of like the Street Fighter equivalent of a hero burst, perhaps.
Hey man, and shouts to Ringe here. He talks about like the 3-bar threshold, and usually when you get past that 3-bar threshold, that's when like characters become a lot more stronger. They can start like, I think, employing more of the mental stack here. I think NGamer3k is starting to do that with a lot more DIs later until the set here. Gets another fantastic jump in here. Has a level 2 on deck. I'm curious if they're the kind of Juri to let the feng shui rock.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. They do have the level 2, but it might not even come up as they take that second round of the second game and send FineLikeWine down to losers. What is up with all these 2-0s, man?
Man, what a dominant performance from people all over the globe here, all over the nation. NGamer3k repping Iowa, taking out FineLikeWine. No easy feat. Like I said, that player has been around for a long time. Has, you know, that does something people that in our scene wish they could take out, right? So shouts to them. They'll be